Hello, welcome in the second chapter of kinematics, topic 2, motion in a plane. So here, firstly, we'll study some basic keywords which are going to play an important role in this particular topic, motion and plane. So first, scalar quantity. The quantity which has magnitude, no direction is called scalar quantities. Also, vector quantity, the quantity which has both magnitude and direction and obeys the triangle law of a vector addition is vector. A zero vector is a vector of zero magnitude having no specific direction when any quantity is not. This is called unit vector, zero vector, or we can say null vector. Unit vector, awakening to the position of an object time t and which indicates the position of the object relative to origin and shown by the quality of vectors. If the vectors are equal, then they must have a same magnitude and the direction, then only they will be called an opposite order. For as we can see in this particular diagram, the third side of triangle taken in the opposite order is nothing but representing the order of resulting two vector. Those are represented in the magnitude and the direction by the two made in opposite direction will be is equals to P plus Q. And when tan phi will be is plus PQ cos theta. So this is the triangle law of motion. This was the triangle law, now parallelogram laws. So if two vectors are represented in the magnitude and direction from the same point. So we have one parallelogram. You can see ODBAEC. Okay. So in this particular case, nothing but we can say it's a vector symbol. Okay. So vector R will be equals to vector P plus vector Q. This will be tan phi will be equals to Q sin theta P plus Q cos theta. This will be the parallelogram law of vector addition. Moving to the multiplication of vector by the scalar. On multiplying the vector P, a vector A is resolved in two rectangular components. Like we'll just divide this A into rectangular component. This is A. Like or vector A is here. It has been divided in two parts. So here when they both are mutually perpendicular, then those vectors are called rectangular component. When they are perpendicular, then this particular case is known as rectangular component of given vector. Means like A is equals to AX I cap plus AX j cap. Okay. Where AX will be equals to A cos theta and AY is equals to A sin theta. We'll simply put the values. Eta will be equals to tan inverse A by upon AX. This will be the rectangular component of vector in plane. What actually it is, the scalar product of our two vectors is a scalar quantity is equals to the scalar quantity like A and B will be equals to product of their magnitude. Magnitude means where it is written in this particular of an angle, it means cos theta. Now, vector of cross product. Okay, after scalar and dot product, we'll read the vector and cross product. Now, the vector product of the two vector is a vector having the magnitude is equals to n. Means the two vectors in the sign of the angle between them having direction perpendicular to the plane containing. Then the velocity of A to relative to B is VAB will be equals to VA minus V minus is equals to BB minus VA. With respect to B, it will be BB minus BA. With respect to A, it will be BA upon which the only projectile is an object upon which the only force acting is gravity. An object dropped from the rest in its projectile provided the influence air resistance is negligible. An object thrown outward at an angle horizontal is also a projectile provided that influence air is negligible. Now, path of projectile. The path of projectile is always parabolic. This is important. We will get uniform velocity. Direction of the velocity changes circular motion. Now, zero vector. What is zero vector? And this is something important. Vector A minus vector A only, because as here we are talking about the zero vector. Okay. Now, the vector addition, how we can add the vectors. So, vector A plus vector V is equals to vector V plus vector A. This is the law. If the two vectors are represented in the magnitude and the direction of the two sides of triangle, then here in this diagram, we q cos theta plus q square. Then those are represented in a magnitude and direction by the two adjacent side of the parallelogram. Then here we have a parallelogram, resultant R is equal to, then R is equals to P plus Q. It means tan phi will be equals to 0, then psi will be equals to 0. Another condition. Next, we'll move forward with the scalar product and its properties. We know that vector A of two mutually perpendicular vectors is 0. The scalar product of two parallel vectors is equals to the product of their magnitudes in some numerical based question or some derivations as well. Now, the vector product and sin theta A cross B is equals to B dot B cross A cross B plus C is equals to A cross B plus A cross. Okay. So, this the product of a vector Y itself is 0 or a null vector. Vector product of two orthogonal unit vectors is equals to minus K cross J, which will be equals to I cap, and then K cap into I cap will be equal I cap is equals to J cap cross J cap is equals to K cap will be equals to 0. Okay. Now, the vector product of the two vector in terms of X, Y and Z component. Okay. Now, we have components which are X, Y and Z. So, the vector product will be A cross will be is equals to matrix of C, I, J and K, three products. Then AX, A by AZ, then BZ, BY and VX. Now, the height of projectile H is equals to U square sin square theta 2G, and the range of projectile will be R is equals to solve some questions. First, we will go through the 1 mark questions. Here, if we have one equation equals to 45 degrees, so answer will be B, pi by R. Now, the angle will have to find. So, two equations we have, we simply write it as cos theta. We know that cos theta is equals to A dot B is equals to whatever formula we have studied in the dot product thing. That will have to implement over here. We'll just put all the values, like the value of 3 plus 3 cross 4 plus minus 4 cross 6. When we solve this, we get the value of theta, which will be equal. We'll have to find the angles. We have some equations. So, with the help of the dot product, scalar product, whatever things are granted, you'll have to feel fired at an angle 15 degree is 50 meter. If it is fired with the same speed of an angle, what it will have to find. Okay. So, firstly, whatever we have given, just write it like angle of projection is 15 degree, horizontal range is 5th question, we remember. So, we'll have to put the value over here. 50 meters equals to square sine 2, whatever values we have, you just simply put it. And here you get the value of U. As we don't have the value of U only, we'll keep the U one side. We'll put the value of G, which is 9.8. And horizontal range is 45 degrees. So, R will be equals to, when you get the value of U, simply just put the value in this formula again and you get the value. Likewise, this we have some more questions, which is like 1 mark based question. You'll have to simply find it out. Acceleration. Why so? See, a body is traveling in a circular path. Okay, and it is only having the uniform speed. Now, in a direction. So, option C is correct. Now, what will be the ratio of horizontal range of the body A and velocity V at an angle 30 degree to the horizontal body B and the same mass thrown the same speed 60 degree, thrown the same speed, the angle sum there will be is equals to pi by 2. Then both will have the same range. When will both have? Now, one more question is there. A can filled with a water is revolved in a vertical circle of the radius 4 meter and the water does not fall down. The time period of the revolutions. Here we'll have to find the time period of revolution. So see, at the topmost position, three forces act on water. Weight in the downward direction, the normal reactions bucket in the downward direction, centrifugal force in the upward direction from the balance. So we have an equation mg plus n is equals to mv square upon r. For the water, just when n is greater or equals to 0, then mg is equals to mv square upon r. You will just get the value of b is equals to under root gr. As we have to find the time period, then it will be is equals to 2 pi r upon v. We'll just simply put all the values. Here we get the time period. When we solve this, we get the time period is equals to 4.01 second. Okay. So this is about the first. Write an expression for the magnitude of the resultant vector r of the two vectors a and p acting in the point r is equals to whole square of magnitude of a square v square plus 2ab cos. So for the maximum value of r, theta is equals to vector of a, vector and b. For the cross product, remember, see, these are the answer tips when you remember the cross product wherever it is needed. That always keep in mind that cap of I, cap of cross cap of j will be equal to cross equals to minus k. Like this. These all are the very important formula. With the help of this only we'll find an important question. See, we have value of a, okay, and value of b. Vector a, vector b. Then just prove that for that a cross v will be equals to, which is for the formula 4 cross 12, then I cross I, and then I into 4 plus 9, then I cross j, then 4 into 3, then I cross j. So we just when we solve this, we'll get another equation like 0 plus 36k minus 12 plus decision. We'll get the angles which is 0 degree. When we get the angles, so we here conclude that the vectors are parallel to each other. Acceleration and velocity at the highest point. So acceleration is always constant through the journey and it's going in the upward direction. So G will play important role as it's going in the upward direction. Second one is velocity at the highest point. So velocity at the highest point will be 0. Okay. Now the ceiling of a long haul is 20. Maximum horizontal distance of a ball thrown with the speed 40 meter per second can go without hitting ceiling. Or verify velocity of the ball u is equals to 40 meter. Also, we have started the formula that is equals to u square sine square theta to 33.6 degree. Maximum horizontal distance traversed r will be is equals to, we know the formula, type put all is equals to 150.5 meter. Okay. Now, moving to the next 3 marks question. Derive the equation for the displacement of a projectile fired at an angle theta from the ground. We'll have to derive the equation for the displacement. Okay. So, okay. Fine. So, the displacement of the projectile. Suppose a body is projected up with an initial velocity u. Okay. And the direction making an angle theta with the ground. Resolving u in the horizontal direction ux and the vertical direction. Horizontal and the vertical. So we'll just divide it. U in the two ways, ux and uy. And ux will be equal to gravity, then obviously g will be 0. Horizontal displacement is the distance between the launch point and the landing point. There the projectile hits the ground. When the projectile comes back to the ground, the vertical displacement is 0. So we'll just simply write the second equation of motion and put the values as well. And here, when we solve it, we get the value of u cos theta t. We'll simplify equation and we'll get u square sine 2 theta upon g. Equation of for the displacement of a projectile fired from an angle theta to the ground. This is the horizontal. On reversing the direction of the vector q, the resultant vector becomes s. So that r square plus square The resultant vector of P and Q is R, we know. And the resultant of P and minus Q is S. Here, R minus K. Hence, for the dot product R dot R, it will be equal to V plus Q and P plus T. When we solve this, we do apply for the S dot S, means S product, then S square will be equals to this. When we add the equations like R square equation and S square is equals to this. So yes, it is proved that R square plus S square will equals to 2P square plus Q. So of the two vectors, this is also an important question. Like A is equal, we have two vectors, A and B. A is equals to 3 plus J minus 3K. What we have to find is the scalar and the vector product. So firstly, we'll go with the scalar product, which is equals to A dot B, then A 3I minus 4J plus 5K minus 2I plus J minus 3K. When you solve it, you get the product. Scalar the product A cross B is equals to matrices of I, J and K. Put all the values. When you solve it, you get A cross. Now, we have some similar questions regarding the relative velocity and all. We have another question. Indicate the following algebraic procedure using the scalar vector in the physical value. Subparts are there. Adding any two scalar, adding a scalar vector of the same dimension, multiplying and vector by the scale, multiplying and firstly, well, what we have to indicate the following algebraic procedure using the scalar. So meaningful since it is following the algebraic laws. Not meaningful. See, we have survey procedures. We'll have to determine whether it's meaningful or not on the basis of some conditions like adding two scalars when adding two scalar vectors. First one, it's a meaningful since it follows the general algebraic laws. Our second one is adding a scalar of the vector same dimension is multiplying any vector by the scalar. So meaningful since the magnitude and the vector is multiplied scalar. Fourth one is two scalar. Meaningful since the scalar follows general algebraic rules or laws, we can say. Fifth one is adding the two vector and adding the two component vector same vector. Meaningful since the addition of the two vector place according to the vector algebra. It's given that A plus B is equals to A plus B plus C plus D is equals to 0 vector. Which of this following are determined which are correct? So how? See. According to the first A, B, C and the D, each must be null vector. Let's determine it. We have meant V and C are correct. Why so? As since A plus B plus C D is equals to 0, we can write it as A plus B is equals to minus C plus D. So the magnitude of A plus B is equals to 0 of the minus A plus D. We can write it as A plus B magnitude of C plus D. Okay, so yes. It's correct. And then for the C plus B plus C plus D is equals to 0. So A is equals to minus of B plus C plus D. So the magnitude of A is never of B and C. That's why here the magnitude of the A will B and C and D. So here we just conclude that B and C are correct but not the A1 because A, B, C, D which have null vector, it's not correct. That's why the only statement B and C are correct. Now, rain is dropping at the rate of 30 milliseconds per minute. A woman is riding the bicycle from the north to south 10 meters per hour. In the order to protect herself from the rain, the woman must hold umbrella in the direction of relative velocity with respect to her. So, VR W will be equals to 30 plus minus 10. Okay, it will be equals to 20. Then tan theta is equals to VW upon VR, which is equals to like velocity of woman cyclist and velocity of falling ray. It will be 10 upon 30, then theta will be equals to 18 degree. Hence, the woman must hold the umbrella in nearly 18 degree with the vertical towards south direction. Now, let's move forward with some lengthy questions. So, we can say 5 marks question. Okay. In the first question, what do you understand by the projectile? Show the path of a projectile is parabolic. First, you'll have to explain what projectile means and then projectile path is parabolic. We'll have to show this. Of an engine, fuels, other sources and of the propulsion. Okay. What is projectile path? This is the basic definition of projectile. Angle theta with the horizontal. Let O represents the body projectile point. So dissolving the horizontal in this direction. Then the body moves under the constant gravitational acceleration g and the vertically downward direction. Therefore, ux into time, it means u cos theta into t. S will be the value of x. The displacement along with the direction, it will be equals to u cos t is equals to x u cos theta from equation 1 and square. So here we get the value of y, which is the projectile parabola. So the equation of motion of the parabola has the path y is equals to x tan. Moving to the next, we have another question which is based parallelogram law of vector and obtain the expression for the resultant of two vector acting in the different direction. Acting simultaneously at the point can be represented in the both magnitude direction by the adjacent side of a parallelogram. Turn from that point, derivation of the law, how it's possible. See, let P and Q be the two vector acting simultaneously. Okay, and also there are some sides very clear. Okay, so here we know that resultant, also theta be the angle, P and Q, and R be the resultant vector representing the resultant of P and Q. So R is equals to P plus Q. So now A is expanded into the C. A is expanded into the C and perpendicular to the BC. So is drawn on OC. In a triangle OCB, it's OC and B. OB square is equals to OC square plus BC square. Then OB square is equals to, where we can see OC is equals to OA plus AC plus BC square. Then in triangle A, B and C, cos theta will be equals to AC upon AB. Then AC will be equals to AB cos theta. Then AC will be equals to, we write the value of AB. Then OD cos theta equals to Q cos theta, as AB is equals to OD, which is equals to Q. Then we get the value of sin theta is equals to BC upon AB. Or we can write BC is equals to AB sin theta. Then BC will be equals to FAC, and the BC in the equation 1, we get R square is equals to P plus Q cos square plus Q sin square. We get that. Let phi be the angle by the resultant and R and P. Then as theta we have already took, so we will take another angle. Phi will be equals to BC upon OC, which is as OC is equals to OA plus AC. So you put all the values, tan phi would be equal to P plus Q cos theta. So this is the resultant or direction of our resultant. Okay. Moving to the another one, we have, there are 500-meter tall hill, a cannon capable of hurling a package is to be used and send the supplies across the hill. This cannon is 800 meters from the hill and is movable groundless speed of 2 meters from the hill. How long does it take a travel across the hill onto the ground? Let G meter per second. Here it's not a standard value, but here the value of G has been given. So H is equals to 500. Speed of cannon is also given. So this is the given data. For the minimum time of packet, it should be just the top of the hill and the vertical bumper. We'll put the value. We get U is equals to UX square plus UY square. So when you put all the values, the given values, whatever we have, we get time to reach the top of the hill. T will be equals to whole square root of 2H upon G. We have the values. Just put the value and we get T is equal second. So the time of the flight 2T, it means 2 into 10 means 20 seconds. So the distance traveled by the cannon, it means, see, so 800 minus UX will be equals to 800 minus 75 into 5. We'll put the values and here we get meter distance. Then time taken to move the cannon will be equals to 50 meter upon 2 meter per second. It means 25 second. Time taken will be cannon, firstly time for the cannon movement, another time for the flight. It means 25 second and 20 second. So we get, moving to the next one. Here, a river is flowing due to the east with the speed of 3 meter per second and a swimmer per second. We have figure as well. Okay, and with respect to this figure, we have to determine few things. Let's give the magnitude. And if he wants to start from the point A to the south bank of the reach, opposite direction point B on the north bank, which direction should be he swing? What will be the resultant speed? And from the two different cases, as I mentioned, for A above and in which will be reached the opposite bank of the shorter time. So firstly, speed of the river VR is 3 meter per second towards the east as it's given. Speed of the man is also there. So the resultant V will be equals to 5 meter, which is solve it out, and then tan theta will be equals to 3 by 4 means 37 degree. So this is about A part. Now moving to the next B part. If the man wants to reach the opposite direction B on the bank, then the component of its resultant velocity along with the river must be Vmx equals to minus Vt means minus 3 meter per second. Then Vm square is equals to Vmx square and then y square, two components x and plus Vmy square. So here we get the value of Vmy is equals to root 7 minus 7. So we get the value of theta is equals to 48.6 degree and direction will be best of north. Direction of the swim. So the time taken in the case T1 is equals to width of river upon 5. Time taken in the case B, T2 is equals to width of the river. Okay. So this is all about this question. Now we'll just move forward with some numericals, which is again based on the equations and all in 100 km per hour related to the plane. Find the speed of the letter with respect to an observer on the ground. Let components and Vc will be equals to Vcj plus Vj. Taking the velocity towards the observer of the ground as a positive line away from the observer, we have Vj is equals to 500 and another one is 1500. It's already given. Observer on the ground is 1000 km per hour. Now, an aircraft execute of 900 km per hour. Compare its centripetal acceleration with the acceleration due to the gravity. So, the radius of loop is acceleration AC is equals to B square R. It means 250 square. We just simply put the values and here we get centripetal AC upon G will be equals to 62.5 upon 9.8 and here we get 6.38. This will be A and B are added. Prove that magnitude of the resultant vector can be A plus B and is smaller than A minus B or B minus A. So let the V. Okay. Magnitude of the resultant vector is R A square plus 2AB. We already know. So where theta is an angle of the magnitude of the resultant vector cannot be greater than A plus B and is smaller than A minus B or B minus A. As the maximum value is based on some equation, some resultant thing like this. A man can swim with the speed 4.0 km stroke normal to the river current. How far down the river does he goes to the reaches? See, the speed of the man, this still water is 4 km. Speed of the river is also given. Width of the river is 1 km. Due to the river current, the man reaches to the point C. This point C instead of point B. Okay. Resultant velocity will be VMR. Then time T is the time to cross river. Then T will be equals to AC. Okay. Upon VMR, which is equals to AB upon VM. Then 1 km upon, this will be equals to 15 km per 60 hour. And then VC will be equals to VR 5 km per hour. Now, we have some case-based question as well. Okay, the acceleration developed in the body is equals to the acceleration due to the gravity. If air resistance is neglected, the object is its mass and density free fall is thus a case of the motion with uniform acceleration. At the time of the drop, as the body comes down to the velocity increases, it becomes maximum this before touching the earth. What is the acceleration of the free falling? Like 9.8 meter per second for the free falling body. The acceleration developed of the body is equals to the acceleration due to the gravity of the earth. Another question is, under the consideration, the acceleration developed of an object taken with the constant. We have options: height of the height through which the object falls is greater than earth radius, height through which the smaller to the earth radius, the mass of the object is negligible, both A and D. So here option B is the correct. It means height through object falls smaller, because if height through which the object evolves is compared to the earth radius, the acceleration developed of the with the constant. That's why we can say that height through which object fall is smaller than the earth radius. Okay. So these are some cases and we'll have to answer respected cases. Like case, we have this subjective questions as well. we have some text and we'll have to answer some respective questions. That we have assertion and the reasons. Okay, so assertion is there and reason is there. We'll have to determine whether this that is the correct explanation of A or B true, but R is not the correct explanation. So on the basis of this, like see, for an example, we have is there when 39 force is inclined to the y-axis. Okay, 39 force is inclined to the y-axis effectively. This is the assertion, and the reason is when the vector A is inclined to the y angle theta, the vertical and the horizontal component of the vectors are A cos theta and A sin theta respectively. So here the basis of this vector sign and the angle, and R is also following the assertion A. Why so? See, when I'm in the y-axis at an angle theta, that's fine. The vertical and the horizontal component of the vector A cos theta and A sin theta. These are the components. 30 force inclined to the y-axis and angle 60 degrees. So the vertical component will be like 30 cos 60 is equals to how we'll have to determine. Like see, another one is also there. Assertion is the projectile projected an angle theta. Okay, an angle to theta upon G. So option A is correct as both are stated. How? We know that R is equals to U square sine 2 theta upon G. So E square will be equals to sine 2. We will put the value of theta. 180 minus 2 theta. 2 will divide into this equation. And here we get U square sine 2 R only. So R dash will be equals to R. So here it's proved that both assertion reason are correct, and as well as reason is following the self-assessment. This is completely based on the topics we have covered, like the dot all are based on the self-assessment. Like you will have to determine on the topics, all the questions on the topics which we have studied.